I went on a trip uh, earlier in the yesterday. I think it no, was it yesterday? Day before yesterday, I went on a trip, and it was so nice and so beautiful. And I was just thinking, like, how wonderful it is to be alive and not. I'm sorry about this. The lighting is going dark and it goes light, and I mean, this is an iPhone, but my daughter is very big about iPhones. I don't know why. I think I just want a Samsung or something. I don't know, something else. I don't like iPhones. You can't even change the battery yourself if you want. You got to pay somebody to do that. That's absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, sorry, I keep getting off track. But what I thought about was how wonderful it is to try and see the bright side of it just went bright. The bright side of everything in life, like trying to see it. It's so hard sometimes. You're in the midst of like some kind of situation, and you're wondering what you're going to do, whether maybe it's like about bills or about your kids or your significant other. And it always seems to work out. Like if you could think back to something in your past and you just thought like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? How am I going to get through this? And then when you get through it, you don't realize like that you got through it. You know you got through it, but you didn't know how well you did getting through it. You understand? But later, like now, if you think about it, you'll realize that you got through it and you grew from it. But oh my gosh, it's so hard when you're like right in the situation. It's like, oh, I know I can do it. I know I can go on, but how? So as I was on this trip and I was like walking around and I was thinking about like, wow, everything is so beautiful. Everything is so gorgeous. And it just made me happy. And you know, the sun does that to you too. The sun makes you feel very happy. You know, have you ever sat in your house and it's dark, and when you turn on the light, it I'm so sorry about how this camera keeps doing light and dark. And you turn on the light and instantly you feel happy. You feel a little bit like a burst of coffee. That's what I can think of, because when I drink coffee, I can wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to get my kids off to school. I have to clean the house. I have to go run errands. I have to take care of bills, which I truly hate doing. I hate doing any kind of adult things of like paying bills and all these things. But if you don't, it's not a good idea. So I have to do these things. And of course my husband helps, you know, I'm not saying not, but mostly I take care of a lot of the things. And but when I have a cup of coffee, I'm happy. I can do everything. I can build a building after I have a cup of coffee. So when I turn on a light switch after it's so dark in the house and I turn on the light, it's like instantly, like that cup of coffee, I just feel awake and alive and great. I don't know how long it lasts. You know, it can last all day. It cannot last so long, but it's really great feeling to be in light. So I guess in the wintertime also, like, you know, it's harder to be happy and positive. I'm not sure. I have to think about that. But this video was basically about how I went on this trip. And while I was on the trip, I was thinking about how thankful I am for what I have and how hard it is when you're in a situation, because I was just in one since we had moved, a situation that was like, oh my gosh, I was like, how am I going to get through this? And thank God I did. And it was so hard, but while I was in it, I couldn't see how I was going to get through it. And I did. And when I was on this trip, it was such an aha moment that, hey, I'm here. I'm having a great time. I'm enjoying actually, it rained that day. That was interesting. It rained that day, but I still felt great. I felt wonderful. And I felt happy because I was looking at nature and I was looking at beauty of the water and the desert and trees, and all of this is in one trip, like just, one trip. I live in a place where on one side of the country is desert, and then you can go like 10 minutes more and you're with a forest. And then you can go another 30 minutes and you are with the water surrounding you. It's so wonderful. And this video is 8 minutes and 42 seconds, which I'm not sure about the attention span of people who might look at this video, but I hope they look at it. I hope people enjoy it. Right now, I guess I'm just doing it for myself, and maybe my family will look at my videos and see, because I don't see them often. I live in a different country. But just to see how silly I can be, or how scatterbrained I can be, not staying on topic, still at this age as I did when I was a teenager, and just me living life. So take a moment, enjoy it, think good, and it will be good. Oh, look at that. Ooh, that looks a terrible video. Think good and it will be good. Think good. Oh, there we go. Think good and it will be good. How's that? That's important and it really works. Have a great day.